Like an irradiated Frankenstein cockroach that just simply refuses to pass on, this popped up on my timeline yet again. The now single most debunked narrative in the entirety of fictional history, that female space marines were once canon, showing the third-party magazine featured chapter, The Sunstrokes, and the Proto-Sisters of Battle, the female warriors with the Sisters of Sin iconography on them. Which made me wonder, did I miss some kind of drama again? Because that's usually why this nonsense is dragged kicking and screaming out of the cupboard once more. And yes, indeed, I did. Apparently, I missed an enormous drama. We hate femme custodies. We already have Sisters of Battles. Just to use them instead. And when GW makes a new game with a sob main character, all of a sudden, that's unacceptable too. Motherfuckers will complain about anything at Bugaju, just make a good canon so Warhammer don't have to exist in universe. Okay, I admit I have no idea how to read online lingo anymore, but no shading against anyone, but the outrage against Boltgun 2 is so funny to me. Like, what do you want? Remove Sisters of Battle for being too female? People are complaining that you play Sister of Battle in Boltgun 2. People are complaining about that? Where? Hell, where are the quote tweets? Where is it? You should be linking that. We don't want femme stories, we have Sisters of Battle. G-Dubs introduced Sisters of Battle as pro-tag in Boltgun 2. I don't want to play as a woman. Same people who shat their pants with Sisters of Battle getting a new game, by the way. I know a guy IRL who thinks women shouldn't be in 40k at all. What the fuck? Where did this happen? Where did this nonsense drama happen? I'm pretty sure basically the entire 40 Games community's opinion on this is pretty much my own, as I learned about this before the rest of the nonsense. Like, hold on, I don't have to play as an Ultra Smurf, because I'm an old 40k fan and my hatred of them sticks deep indeed, even as I've got Uriel Ventre's trilogy behind me, etc. But I can play as a hot Sister of Battle whose name is basically Nya. I'm finally interested in Boltgun 2 now. That would be the majority position, surely. Everyone thinks the Sisters of Battle are a criminally underutilized faction that is being ignored because they aren't as cool as the Space Marines. Indeed, we have the progressives admitting that they don't want Sisters of Battle because they aren't cool enough. So where on God's good earth are all of the people supposedly complaining about this? Being mildly confused about why the chuds, my own side, would be so upset, I searched for Boltgun 2 on Twitter, and I went through the entire damn thing of it, still scrolling, and now we're just heading to official announcements now, rather than the actual Boltgun thing. Like, I went through so many tweets on this to try and find where the hell this stems from, and I couldn't find anything. I couldn't find a single person going, oh, I don't want to play as a woman, I want to play as an Ultra Smurf. Not a one. So, where did all of this come from? Why did all of this happen? Why are there more of the, oh, I see loads of people complaining about Sisters of Battle posts than the ones actually complaining about them? Well, it seems to all originate from this post right here. From Heart-Shaped Tear, alleged autist Warhammer Tourist. Well, I'll take your word for it, Tourist, who says Boltgun 2 announcement trailer, you play as a Sister of Battle, immediately followed by the plug, join Grimdark Warhammer today. Okay, so here we have a self-declared woke tourist deciding to take a pronouncement and politicize it for clout. Yep, that's pretty much what I would usually expect of a tourist, indeed. And then somebody underneath that went, I like Sisters. I have an army of them, and I've read a few of their books, but this was an Ultramarine game. I am as against that as some of the people that want to see more playable chapters in the Titus series. Make your own bloody games. This appears to be the origin point of the chuds are angry about this. So, somebody, a woke tourist, makes a post politicizing what is just an announcement of a video game that nobody would have any problems with whatsoever, attempting to claim it for their literal cause, and one person goes, kind of annoyed about how you post this. I don't really want this to happen now that you're being such an enormous fuckwad about it. And that turns into everyone. I have never seen a clearer case of the entirety of the progressive tourist bubble in a fandom literally crafting an enemy out of the thinnest of airs, out of the entire Warhammer side of things existing in a separate reality where one of them says, oh, this is happening, and every single one of them taking it as gospel without even a single one being able to point to the original post in question. Hell, I'm only assuming it's this one because it's the only one I could find, and at least it's been retweeted a bunch of times, so there you go. I mean, even the ones here. The game is called Boltgun. The Ultramarines are too overrepresented as it is. I agree. Everything in Ultramarine games, shut the hell up. I agree. I mean, even this one is like, no, we actually kind of want the sisters. This is some form of advanced collective illusion, I'm starting to think, where you have a large number of people who have self-isolated themselves in their own bubble of alternative collective reality, whereas the moment one of them raises up their hands and says a thing, regardless of how little of that thing appears to actually exist, it becomes the canon reality of it, and everyone else then uncritically parrots that opinion immediately thereafter. And again, this comes from an explicitly political space, an explicitly, hey, join us, look at us, no bigots, access to a woke Discord, I am a Warhammer tourist kind of person. If anyone ever wonders if this group of people have been radicalized, show them something like this. Show them the ability of these political tourists into the Warhammer 40k franchise to create a narrative out of absolutely nothing, out of literally uno person, which everybody else then disagrees with and they system of battle are cool, then that becomes the entirety of the opposition. This isn't even so much of a straw man as it is a man of air, a fictitious opposition that has been manufactured and summoned into being for no other reason than to throw political attacks against it, and again in order to push a political position in and of itself. This is what the left does. Anything, no matter how small, will be used as a means, as a delivery service for their politics. It is never about the hobby. It never was, it never will be. It is never about the community. Like even the description itself, even the icon, which has their own colors flying proudly in the background, even overlaid over the art is their colors. This is an obsession to them. As, yet again, the definition of a tourist, quite simply, is somebody who comes into a franchise and puts their politics first, who prioritizes their ideology over their fandom inside of fandom spaces. So, Warhammer tourists? Yes. And also, absolute, utter, genuine nutjobs. Hey, it's always nice to have an example to point towards, I do suppose, but, considering how often Games Workshop has also been convinced by what appears to be largely mass hysteria delusions, you've got to take it a bit seriously too, as when all of them start chirping that this is what the opposition is supposedly doing, you gotta take it serious. This kind of genuine collective delusion has been used to influence willing companies in the past, and may very well be used to do so again. It is therefore important, yet again, for the umpteenth time, gatekeep, gatekeep, gatekeep until the point where your enemy will mark themselves out as such without you needing to do a damned thing about it. Step in the right direction, I do suppose. Until next time, I've been Arch. Thank you all very much for listening, and I do hope to see you all again soon. Till then, have a good day.